Alright, I'm gonna get into this second article. And it reads, U.S. others agreed to a nuclear talks with Iran. And you know what I'm saying, that's how it look. You know, you got President Ahmadinejad right there next to a Smith, which is a modern day scientist. And it reads, the U.S. and other countries agreed Tuesday to resume negotiations with Iran over its nuclear program. So you got, because you got the United States and like Nato, man, they scared, man, because here it is, you got Iran, they bombed, here it is, they bombed Iran. Now since Iran got their nuclear weapons, like facility ready, all they need is a missile. And they about to create a missile, and they know once Iran create that missile, they gon' soon they create it, they gonna fire it upon NATO and upon what's that other country they're going against? Israel. NATO and Israel. And United States is part of NATO, man. Iran also signaled a willingness to let international inspectors visit a key military base at Parshland, which international inspectors suspect could be involved in a nuclear weapons program. So Iran ain't trying to hide this thing, man. Iran letting you know that, yeah, we got it, and they letting America know, like, yeah, we making weapons, and we ain't trying to hide. Alright. The United States, France, China, Russia, and Germany said they could resume stalled talks in a letter. And this crazy. They went to him in a letter. They ain't go to him in person. They went to him in a letter because they know if they step foot on the soil of Iran, that gives Ahmadinejad a reason to say, oh, they trying to take over our land. Let's go to war with them, which, you know, they trying to do that from the get-go. The United States, France, Britain, China, Russia, and Germany said they will resume stalled talks in a letter. And we know that Russia and Germany, and China, they can't stand the United States. So we, the suspicion is China, Germany, and Russia. They just basically on the side of America, because it's a scripture in the, it's a scripture that says that basically America's allies gonna turn against them. So everybody that's with America gonna turn against them, and there's gonna be really it's gonna be all of them, but the main ones we know is China, Russia, and Germany. I'm gonna read it over. The United States, France, Britain, China, Russia, and Germany said they would resume stalled talks in a letter from the European Union's foreign policy chief, Catherine Ashton. She was responding to an overturn that Iran made last month. Previous talks with the P5+1, the five parliament members of the UN Security Council plus other countries agreed that Iran, let me read that over. Previous talks with the P5+1, the five parliament members of the UN Security Council plus Germany broke off in January 2011 when Iran insisted that all UN sanctions be lifted and that the other countries agree that Iran has the right to enrich uranium. So you got Iran and Ahmadinejad, he like shit basically, you know, on the Israelite, you know what I'm saying, base. He basically saying like shit, all y'all other countries, y'all making bombs, y'all making weapons for this world war, how come we can't? We got the right to make weapons too. Alright. But the state-run news agency, IRNA, said Tuesday that Ali Ishgar Kaji, Lord willing I'm saying it right, Ali Ishgar Kaji, Iran's deputy foreign minister for Europe and American Affairs, berated, which just means criticized, the Western governments for ignoring rules in the game in nuclear talks with Iran, right? Because they sent that letter over there, but they ain't go over there. You know what I'm saying? They basically ignoring it because America and these other countries, there's American with America. They know that if they know Ahmadinejad ain't trying to hear that, man. He want blood, man, because they bomb they shit, man. I'm gonna read it over. But state-run news agency IRNA said Tuesday that Ali Ishgar Kaji, Iran's deputy foreign minister for Europe and American Affairs, berated the Western governments for ignoring rules in the game in nuclear talks with Iran, and expressed hope Western governments would adopt a new approach. Iran based on reality initiative and renegotiation of past policies. The report did not make clear just what rules Kaji was referring to. So, well, if you're a man of the Lord, you know that the rules that they talking about is the rules of war. You know, they like you got certain before like the before certain countries go to war, you got rules that they have to go to in order to go to war, which is bullshit, because you know these wars is set up just off the strength of that they got they got rules set up in order to go to war. What type of bullshit is that? So that's like saying, like, if I'm going to war with a man, I gotta follow rules of war. Let's just like say, like, it's like I'm getting ready to fight somebody. It's a certain way I gotta fight somebody. It's a certain way I gotta punch. It's a certain way I gotta kick. You know, if you in a fight, you know that shit ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no rules in fighting. You know what I'm saying? If you ever been in a fight, ain't no damn certain way to punch the shit. If you hit a motherfucker, you hit them. If they fall, that's on them. But you know these wicked ass countries, they pass these damn decrees and it's all bullshit. Alright. Prospects of negotiations comes amid rising concerns that Israel may attack Iran to dispute its nuclear program. It's that Isaiah 54:16, man. You know what I'm saying? And as U.S. officials emphasize that all options are on the table. Let me read that over. The prospects of negotiations comes amid rising concerns that Israel may attack Iran to dispute its nuclear program. And that's that my nuke versus your nuke. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm at. And as U.S. officials emphasize that all options are on the table, no greater threat exists to the security of Israel and to the entire region, and indeed to the United and a deed to the United States that a nuclear-armed Iran. So they basically saying because Iran is making that missile, it's a threat, which really it is. But they know they gotta pay for it. They know they gotta pay for what they did to Iran. And you know, you got Ahmadinejad. He pissed off. He ready to go to war with America and Iran and Israel. All right. U.S. Defense Secretary Leon Panetta said Tuesday in an address to the American Israel Public Affairs Committee, a pro-Israel lobby group, the United States has made clear that we want diplomacy to work. We will back the diplomacy with strong and increasing pressure. We will keep all options. Include military action on the table to prevent Iran from obtaining nuclear weapons, he said. So basically, man, they trying to do everything in their power to stop Iran from obtaining nuclear weapons, man. But we know that ain't gonna happen, man. The missiles gotta come to pass, man, according to prophecies. So now I'm gonna get in the scriptures and pull some scriptures out on the two little articles I read.